What's happening, Expeditioners? It's Pete here. Want to share with you another one of my travel tips. This is the hop on, hop off city bus tours. Now, I have done this in a number of places, but one of the places that I want to tell you about, just as an example here, is my trip to Key West. So I went to Key West. It's a small island at the very tip of the Florida Keys. And so you don't really need a car to get around. In fact, most people, if they do need to rent wheels for their vacation, they rent golf carts, these 4-6 passenger golf carts, because everything moves a little slower in the islands. But one of the things that I really actually enjoyed and figured out early is that they have hop on, hop off tours that a lot of places do. Now in the Keys, it's a little bit different. I will tell you, if you go to a hop on, hop off tour in LA, you want to see Hollywood and the city, they usually use big buses. Sometimes these open air top buses or double-decker buses or just regular tour buses, and you buy a ticket, and what that does is that gets you access to the buses. You can hop on, and at every stop you can hop off, and then because they just keep going in a big loop, you can just hop back on. So it might just take you to an attraction that you want to see. You jump off. You don't have to worry about how long you're going to be there. Maybe they have a bus that stops there every 20 minutes. It's kind of like a regular public bus, but it's a paid bus. Now in Key West, they actually had like a Jeep Wrangler dressed up like a locomotive pulling little train cars. And so it was about every 20 or 30 minutes that they would make it to their stops. Now, what I really loved about this is that because it's not a big island and because you pay for the full day, I could pay for 3 tickets for me and the rest of the people in my family, and we could jump on in the morning and then basically use that tram as transportation for the whole day. So if we wanted to go to the south end of the island, which is kind of the farthest distance from where we were, we could just get on the tram, take it all the way to that south end stop, do the restaurants, the shopping, see the southernmost point of America, do the photos there and all that stuff, jump back on the tram, take it to Hemingway's house or whatever we wanted to do that tour. We don't have to worry about, oh man, when is the tram going to come by again? You know, at most it's going to be 15 or 20 minutes when you're waiting for that. Jump on there. Took it up to the docks where the cruise ships come in. They have a ton of stores there. And it's not just a tour because they're usually telling you a little bit about the history as you're driving by landmarks. And it can be really interesting and actually pretty entertaining too. A lot of these people really kind of dig their job and tell you all about the places they're living. But it can actually be really inexpensive. In fact, if you buy some of these, and when I bought mine, I actually bought it through the concierge at the hotel. So instead of being $30 a person, I think it was $15 a person. So for $45, I had transportation to pretty much all over the island for 3 people. We could use it as we wanted to. Didn't have to worry about Ubers, didn't have to worry about renting bikes or renting a car or renting one of the golf carts. I think it can actually be really nice. Now, in fact, you don't have to necessarily just use it for one day. You might want to use it for multiple days because it can be so convenient. Now, just be aware that some of these have a starting and end time. So you don't necessarily want to get stuck somewhere that is far from your hotel or wherever you're staying because those trams or those trains have stopped running. But the hop on, hop off bus tours, I think, are a great way to be able to get around the city in a way that's convenient for you and is actually pretty affordable. So hopefully that helps on your next trip. I'll see you later.